Hey, this is Chad from DifferenceInSkill bringing you the first of our sub-series, I guess you could say, how to be a better player. There's a lot of things in this game that could actually make you do a lot better, aside from, being able to sack triggers on every hit. But, aside from that, there's also these little things. They might seem common sense to you, but you probably have not thought about in-game. So, first off, I'm going to start this with a quick heads up. It's not only for Kagero, this is for every deck. But I don't have my Kagero deck with me because I bring this everywhere with me in case some random person on the street challenges me to a card fight. Things happen. Alright, so first of all, the first turn, you ride some card. It doesn't have to be bar or your generic AK. Where are you putting this card? Where do you put it actually matters. If it's something like Conroe, you could say it doesn't really matter, but if you, say you have, I have my Paladins with me too, actually. So, first of all, Conroe, that card, it doesn't really matter where you move it, because his ability is to tutor. However, with something like Vanguard Brave, when you play it and ride something over it, you generally would move it to the back, right behind the Vanguard, because its ability needs you to hit for it to work. Now, if you put on the side, the chances are it's going to be more easily blocked because people don't want to take the risk. So, things like Vanguard Brave, things you need to attack with, better behind Vanguard. Things like Conroe, doesn't really matter where you put them, as long as you don't put them in the front, because that's a stupid idea. Because people will kill it. Now, that's very basic stuff. But another way you can figure out if you really need to put Conroe right behind your Vanguard, or if you want to put them, say, on the side, so either right behind your Vanguard on the side, is what you have in your hand. Maybe you have one of these guys in your hand. You're like, oh, I don't really need to use Conroe yet, because I have the thing I wanted to search for. So you move them to the side and call them the back. Simple, right? Very simple stuff. Now, this is called the setup. Alright, so say you have this, and you have Conroe. Okay. Now, you've ridden to grade 2, and you've got your cross-rided OP thing. Now, this is very important. Say Conroe was searched for a bar. Now, what do you put in this slot? What do you put in this slot? Do you put either a Berserk Dragon or a Dragonic Overlord? Now, these situations happen a lot where you're relying on your opponent to kill your Dragonic Overlord for you to play something like Burning Horn Dragon, which will benefit from bar being behind it to attack for 20k. Now, if you put, say, Dragonic Overlord here, the only way you can get him here is if you play over it, losing a card, or you assume your opponent is going to attack your rear guard. Now, if it's a level 3, most likely they're not attacking it, because they know you've locked down your setup. They do not need to fear this Overlord, nor do they fear the bar, because they know that you can't replace this unless you lose a card. So, you don't need to play this here. Play him here. Or anything that can intercept, preferably. Don't play, unless you're playing something like Hymnara here, where you can easily just go Soul Charge and change the position of your field. But try not to play permanent cards like grade 3s in spaces behind or in front of your bars or your 8k beaters, because most of the time you need these guys to be able to hit for high amounts. So, better not put him here. Put him on the side. He can attack by himself. He's 11k. He's no Palamines, but he can attack by himself. So you get something like this, intercept, then you play your Burning Horn. There, simple, right? Simple things like the setup will easily help you win a game. Because if you have bad setup, you will have a bad game, because you'll be frustrated in saying like, damn it, why did I play that there? Oh my god, why am I playing that card? And simple things like this. Say you have one of these guys, the 6Ks of the deck. A lot of decks have 6Ks, whether they're good or bad, who knows. Say they're here. When you ride, think about how you're going to do this. If you ride a 9k, you attack for 15. If that's okay. But you see the 9k, it's a big deal. Especially against something like Royal Paladins or Majesty Lord Blaster, where they want your Vanguard to be 9k, because they will play a Blaster and attack it with Vanguard Brave. Now you have to block for 15, you understand? That hurts your shield. But if you ride a Nahalem, don't be greedy and put Nahalem on the side, just put him in the front. Now, being defensive will help you win games. This is called the setup. You understand? The setup? You can set up for defensive plays, set up for offensive plays, or you can just, go, okay, whatever. Since, oh my god, I want to do this and then do this. Hit by Blaster Blade. Maybe they have a grade 3, they have Majesty Lord Blaster now because you couldn't block their hit. You blocked for 15, you lost 2 triggers, basically, worth of cards. Now that's not worth it. Simply, you just went like this, problem solved. You see, problem solving. It'll help your game. Now, for level 3s, yeah, level 3s, good cards. Say something Draconic Overlord with 11k. Putting him in front of these guys, is fine. 17. 17's a good number. Gets past Majesty Lord Blaster. Doesn't get past cross rides. But, if you opt to use 7ks, then right away, put him behind these. But if you have 8ks, they're generally, you should have level 2s in front of them. Because, unless, you're playing Paladins and you have Palamides. And I'm not, bashing or anything. Legit. If you have Palamides, better put, if you know you're running Palamides or Boars or Holy Disaster Dragon, keep grade 2s in front of the bar, or the Maron. Because it's really important that you can intercept and immediately play something over it that's strong by itself. Now, that'll be a wrap for episode 1, becoming a better player. I hope people understand, learn all this good stuff. I want everyone to be able to play properly, and by properly, I mean not say scrub comments like, oh my god, Blazing Flare is the best card ever, it's so good for control. I have a constant hatred for Blazing Flare Dragon because I think anyone who says it's good for control, that doesn't make any sense at all. This card's good for control. You control the game when he's out. This is a control card. It's also the best freaking card in the game probably right now. I would have to say this card is broken. It is. I would say it's more broken than Palamides. And that takes a lot. Now let's see, what else can I say? Alright. Simple things. The setups. So, say you have these guys. Or something like Maiden of Libra, where if you hit, you can draw a card. If you hit, you can retire a rear card. Those things. The situational cards, which I'm not a big fan of. Or Draconic Overlord, when you hit, they lose. So these things, these are also really good for setup, because if you have these, you get to control the pace of the game. You go attack. Oh, I should put something in front of it. Attack. And if you understand that your opponent needs level 1s, you attack with this. They block it because they don't want this to hit. You attack again, they block it. They will run out of cards so fast it won't even be fair. Because if they let one of these hit, they have to risk one of these guys going off or one of these guys going off, or you drawing a card. A lot of these little advantages that you can get by forcing your opponent to guard things they don't have to. That's why Nubatama is one of one of the craziest deck type ideas, because of their ability to make you make bad choices. If he hits a rear guard, I discard a card and lose a rear guard. I have to block this. Normally your rear guards aren't that good. Say you have I don't know, Knight of the Harp Tristan or something bad, something you don't really want. They attack it with something that will potentially cause you to lose something else. That is a setup play that you can put your opponent in a bad position. That's why this game has quite a bit more depth to it than you might expect. So yeah, this is episode 1, the setup, and I hope you guys enjoy these little information sketches, tutorials, all this stuff that I love to share with you guys. So this will be, once again, episode 1, the setup, featuring Draconic Overlord the end, this guy, featuring this piece of craziness, and that's all I got. Bye!